Okay, hi again. I was hoping to do another video, and here I am doing it. It's a little bit of a tangent off the video that I was going to do of when other people ask about your scars and cuts or whatever. This is due to more requests of when I was asking people. I suppose about the same thanks to Lauren and Anne initially for these sort of ideas. A lot of people, when they make these videos, talk about what self-injury is, what it involves, and all that. I've already done that, so my next step is how to recover from it, how to make yourself better about what, get on the path to recovery. Very simple, start to, getting yourself feeling better is actually recognizing you've got this problem. If you're not going to realize that you're harming yourself and it's not a healthy thing and it's not the way to go forward, then you're not going to recover. It is still a hard move. You still got to realize that, that's still a bit of an odd move to make, actually saying I've got a problem, this is it, and it's me deliberately hurting myself. It's a bit strange, I know. Then the next move, when you're ready to do that, is talking to someone. If you're going to get out and reach that help, you've got to talk to someone. I suppose, I know a lot of people find it hard to talk to someone really close, so talk to someone anonymously. Maybe if you've met someone online before that, they're being really good to you, and that sort of thing, perhaps you could talk to them. I don't know. You can try looking around for forums. I use Bodies Under Siege or Bus forums. I think there's another one, Recover from Life or something. Someone might have to correct me there, but that's another forum. And that sort of thing. Research into it. Life Science is a good site. Selfharm.net's another one. All these sites can help you get a bit of an insight into what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how to get about getting better. And then the next part, perhaps, is reaching out to someone close. It could be your best friend, it could be relative, it just could be, anyone like that. The hardest part, obviously, is opening up. How do you go about telling someone that thing? What if they don't understand? What if they get paranoid? Completely natural, that is. The struggle to actually say that and wondering how your friend or relative or whoever is going to react is a bit of a strange one. The best way to go about it is to make sure that if you're going to tell someone, give yourself space at first. Perhaps start just you and your friend, or you and your mother or father or whatever in another room. Just go in there and just go, yep, I've got a problem. I've been struggling with this, and perhaps mention that you're struggling and you're harming yourself to cope with it. Expect the reaction to be sort of, well, anything really. It could be a bit angry. Why didn't you tell me in the first place? It could be upset that that you are inflicting damage upon yourself. It's a bit of a shocker when you have someone hear that to you. The best example I'll put is a couple of years ago. This was much before I actually started self-harm myself. There was a friend of mine in class, and he was in there with cuts all down his arm. And I have to admit, I never even thought about it. And I just asked him, "Oh, what happened to your arm?" And he just said that he went up to get a cat and it scratched him. I thought, okay, fair enough. But then some idiot was picking on him, saying that it was, self-harming and it was all emo and all this, which frustrated me because I hate stereotypes in the first place. But anyway, that didn't exactly keep him very happy at all for the rest of the day. After talking to him that night, I found out what he was doing, and it sort of ends up in a bit of a blur what goes through your mind. Why is he doing that? It's you might even think it's mad. Fine, that's okay. It's perfectly okay to think that. But just realise that, that person is doing it and they're putting their trust in you and that sort of thing. Anyway, back to the other side of the view. Once you've talked to him about it, expect questions. Expect why. Expect perhaps what with, what you use, how would you do it, how often, what other ones have I had? Just what's wrong, and give yourself limitations. If you're not happy with the questions that they're asking, that's okay. Just say, look, I'm not happy. I can't answer that question at the moment. If that's okay. What else is there? And obviously, perhaps after that conversation, give each other some space. Your friends or relatives are going to be shocked that you've just told them that. They might even think you're their perfect little guy or girl. And, they've just heard that. And you're going to need to give yourself space too to think, what have I just done? I've just done that. Wow. Because, think about it as a positive step. You've said you want to recover, you've said you've got a problem, and you've asked someone. Perhaps the next day, talk to them again and see how you can go about sorting out things. You might get offered to go to the doctors perhaps and ask about certain things there. You can try and get professional help there, you know, counselling, therapists, anything like that. You know, just remember it's down to you when you feel ready. Don't feel you have to be pushed. Don't forget, you know, on the other side of the argument, you ask for this help, you know, try and accept as much as you can. You can't just ask for help, they are offering you help and you're saying no all the time. You know, try and, you know, give yourself as much effort as you can. If that's what you want to do to quit, then you've got to put in the effort on the other side too. It's kind of hard to try and do. You know, perhaps if you're having problems actually talking to them face to face, you know, it's just an idea. If it's a friend, for example, and you rely on, you know, say text talks a lot, perhaps leave it, you know, ask to leave a text message to them. Perhaps, you know, do it through there. If you prefer opening it, if you'd rather open it to your parents through a letter, then just write it down on a piece of A4. Write down all the problems, say it all, give it to your parents, and give them, you know, make sure you give them time to read it. Don't stand there, sort of in their way, because it just sort of makes things awkward, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's the first bit is talking to people. You've got to talk to people. You know, I could probably say just the word talk for 10 minutes of this video if I wanted to, just to emphasize the message. If you know, you can't get the help unless you open up. Obviously use those coping mechanisms perhaps from my other video. There's so many more I haven't mentioned, it's crazy. But, you know, if you want extra help, then, you know, please don't be, you know, be ashamed to ask for it. There's no shame in asking for help. This is what I learned of another friend of mine, Johnny, and I thank you for this. You know, everyone has a weakness of some kind. You know, if there wasn't such thing as strengths or weaknesses, then, you know, everyone would have the same skill, everyone would have the same ability, everyone would have the same looks, which is worrying for me. And as a result, everyone, well, as I take it, life would almost be boring. You know, talking to everyone doing the same thing. With strengths and weaknesses, it makes every character unique. You know, everyone's going to have their strength in whatever way they have, and everyone's going to have their weaknesses and problems. There's ups and downs. It's an emotional roller coaster. Life is a roller coaster, as I like to think of it. And this is your downward, you know, the down spiral part of the roller coaster. You know, and in a way of thinking about it, there is going to be that up part. And you need to find that up part in a way. You need to, you know, be able to say to people, look, this is my weakness. You know, you may think you're mad, but I bet you've got weaknesses too. What are you going to do about it? So, you know, try and think of it like that when you open up to someone. And if they're thinking that you're mad, you're emo, or anything along those lines, let them know that it's just your weakness. And, you know, shock horror, everyone has a weakness. You know, and it just is everyone's own weakness, isn't it? You know, I think that's pretty much everything I said about opening up to someone and starting on the road to recovery. There isn't really much more I can say because I'm running out of time as well. Perhaps for next time, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'll wait for the response off this from, you know, everyone that reads it, and wait for, you know, to see what feedback I want. I want the feedback. You know, please let me know how I'm doing. I want to, yeah, try and make more videos to help you. And, you know, I've got bundles of information. Just let me know what you want, and I'll happily try and give my best to give you it. You know, hopefully another time on a video, I'll talk about my own story, you know, in great depth too. But until then, thanks for watching this. I really hope I've helped out somehow, and I'll see you next time.